Twain Harte ride. What are we doing, man?
What do you mean, what are we doing? We're going riding Dogtown, baby.
Here we go again, boys. Stanley King, 2025 Twain Harte, California ride with the guys. We had 10 guys get together. We had gentlemen come out of Guatemala for this ride. That's him right there on the red Beta. We had a bunch of guys from Vegas. We had guys from Santa Cruz. We put together a motley crew. Yeah, you like that? And we had an absolute blast. This is Dogtown 2, Return to the Cathouse. So we rode out of Dogtown near Coulterville, California. And then we rode into Cattown, saw the Cathouse, and Clark, our trusty leader, brought us on this wild ride. Check this thing out right here. This is so steep. That's just a straight rock face. The old trusty KTM 300XC. She motored right up. She's a tractor. Always enjoy the bike. Very rarely flames out on me. But this Singletrack, when Clark was talking about it, I'd ridden it last year, a lot of it, and he said he had something new in store for us called the Chute, or Chutes and Ladders, or something like that. I decided to name it the Slide of Irresponsibility. And right here off the point, when we get up here, it must have been a 1,500-foot drop down to the river. Hey guys, Stanley King here. This is the 2025 Twain Harte, California ride up in Tuolumne County. We're out with the local guys. They're bringing us out on some spectacular single track. Isn't that a handsome devil there? That was me. And here we go down the Slide of Irresponsibility. This thing, these guys cut this in, and it went on forever. This thing must have been over 45 degrees. Doesn't look like it on the GoPro, but it's one of those where you just lock up your back tire. You kind of try to let the motor do its thing. You try to go and, you pucker up and you pucker up and you pucker up, and then your arms are burning and your traps are burning. And this thing just kept going down the hill forever. I don't know what Clark did to burn this sucker in. I mean, he must have been out there with clippers for days. But here at the bottom part of the trail, he wasn't quite done yet, so we bashed over the bushes. But we got this thing in. Clark had it ribboned out, and I think he's got a pretty nice single track in place now. I honestly think that was marijuana growing back there. That's what I thought on the trail. You may have seen that. It could have been wild marijuana. I don't know. But we dropped down into like a mining area here. You'll see right here we drop into this creek. This whole area got mined like crazy back in the day. This is gnarly. Whoa!
What do you think of our little downhill?
I'm impressed.
Yeah, Dan. You're in psychiatric help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking animal for laying that out.
Beautiful. Look at this stream. Crystal clear. Beautiful downhill. Amazing people. What else you can ask?
They don't have a lot of rivers like that in Guatemala. They got a lot of pretty rivers, but I wouldn't drink out of them. Yeah, that's Carlos came up from Guatemala. I called him on a Tuesday. I said, hey, we're riding on Thursday. Why don't you fly up? He said, okay. So he bought a ticket, flew up, borrowed one of my buddy's bikes, and away he went. So that's him in front of me right there. He's a pretty good rider. And he's riding a bike set up for a guy who's about 6'4". There you go. Kind of cruel. I rode right by him, but let's just say that Carlos is not 6'3", 6'4". And anyway, he didn't care. That guy, he'll ride forever. He's the Energizer Bunny, but he had the time of his life. But look at these old mine trails. We just kept riding along this single track. This is out in the middle of nowhere in Dogtown, way down by the river. And, you know, they, if you watched Dogtown 1, you'll realize this was the birthplace of poison oak. This is where they invented it, right here, right in this canyon. I have not seen so much poison oak in my entire life. That was slapping me left and right, and all I could think was, this is going to hurt, it's going to itch, it's going to be horrible. And I'm pretty lucky so far it hasn't shown up on me. I think I got it a little on my side, but man, it was just lush in there, and lush with poison oak. But this was great, just ripping through on these old mining trails. The guys have these cut in, and they cleared them out. They cut hundreds of trees out of the way. And look at this bad boy right here. This is right where an old town used to be, so I don't know if it's old wagon tracks right here or what, but man, this was wet. And as you can tell, slippery. Carlos ripped that right up. It's pretty good. You see the old wall right there from the house. I mean, there must have been thousands of guys down here back in the day mining the area. I'm sure it was chock full of gold because I saw quartz everywhere laying all over the place. So they must have been walking around just picking it up and taking the ore. I don't know how they processed it or how they got it out of here, because the road in and out was just, it's brutal. It's really horrendous. There's old pieces of machinery laying around out here, and old mining cabins. Really cool area. I would say go check it out, but I wouldn't even know how to get there. You know, Clark brought us on this ride. It was super nice of him. And I didn't record the ride. I don't record any of my rides, and especially other people's rides, just kind of to respect them. But you know, I made friends with these guys probably 8-9 years ago now up in Tuolumne County, and they come down to Vegas. And now that, look at these guys.
Like this.
Yeah.
These are the salad days right here. Look at that. Love it.
So do I go that way?
Man, we were having a good time. And then this one, they call this the jungle ride right here. This is up top the hill. And when I went in, I could tell Carlos felt right at home. Check out Carlos right there. He's just rolling. This is kind of like riding in Guatemala. You're riding through lush, kind of jungly stuff with all kinds of wet ground and roots everywhere. And I'm going to call it the Guatemala Jungle Ride. Really cool. But again, Clark and his crew came through. They cleared so many trees. I don't even know how this area would be open if these guys didn't cut all the trees out of the way, because there's so much downfall from fires that had taken place in the past. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful creek right there? It's just gorgeous. But, you know, Clark brought us on this just A-plus single track. I don't want to say it was easy. I don't want to say it was hard. It was doable. But dang, it was fun. It was just beautiful all the way around. I mean, look at this. We're just going right up these nice creek beds, and he has the trails laid in so well. And for 10 of us to be out there, I don't think we had anybody peel off at all. We had one flat tire, but plugged it, fixed it, pumped it up, and off we went. And of course, it was Clark who got that one. So I don't know how he did it, but again, I bet there's thousands and thousands of nails back by these mine sites. This back in the day doesn't look like it now. It looks like it's super wild and natural, but you can tell we're on a lot of old mine roads, and look at that crew. These are good dudes right here. Great riders too. Just incredible guys.
Almost. We got 2 more coming.
And look at this. This is over by Cattown. Once we got in here, this is what I called last year heaven on earth. And we rode last year about the same time. And the amazing thing is, it's like I could have read the Farmer's Almanac or something like that, but it was almost the exact same weather, same temperature, same precipitation. as what we got last year. And it just, I don't know, it's just perfect dirt bike riding weather. The ground was nice and wet, not too slimy. You know, it was like more what we call in Vegas, we call it chocolate cake. It's just beautiful dirt that just has traction like Velcro. But look at this trail. We're rolling through here, and you know, Clark laid this out. I know he's got most of this memorized, but it's just gorgeous. Look at this creek crossing. It's so nice. There goes Carlos again.
Chicken go back to its thing.
Beautiful out here.
Flowers.
The sun popped out a couple times.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
The wildflowers just exploded with color. It's so cool. And a lot of these trails, you know, you're up third, fourth gear, and then all of a sudden you're back down in first, second. Really cool areas. Beautiful seasonal creeks everywhere. This went on for mile after mile after mile. I would say we rode probably a solid 40, 45 miles.
This is Cattown.
What?
This is Cattown.
Cattown?
Ciudad del Gato.
Muchos gatos or what?
Yep, this is where the gato was.
Yeah, we were looping around that Cattown area and these creeks, and I mean, it's to have green grass like this and wet single track. It's just priceless. That dude in front of me right there, he drove out all the way from Salt Lake. He had such a great time last year. He came back this year. I think it's his third year riding with us. And I've done this trip probably now 7 or 8 times. We stay at King's Acres in Twain Harte. It's actually a private property we stay at. It's my family's property. You can rent it on Airbnb if you look it up. It says cabin in Twain Harte. And if you're wondering where it is, just send me a little message on here and I'll shoot you the link to it. But it's a super cool place. I've even got 5 miles of private single track on the property, it's primo. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see it. But again, you know, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Love having you here, you know, love having you along for the ride. And if you are an existing subscriber, we're now up to, I was listening to my video from last year. Last year at this time I had 11,000 subscribers. This year I have 16,000 subscribers, so it's really great to have this big family of enduro riders. You enjoy watching my videos. I appreciate it. I enjoy your videos. I watch tons of them. It's just such an awesome sport, and watching it develop over the years and watching the bikes get better, it's so cool. So if you're a enduro guy, you know.
Badass, huh? Yes. Woo! Fuck yeah.
That's pretty much how you feel right there, you know. You put your hands in the air like you just don't care. But yeah, again, it's great having you along for the ride. I'll let this video roll, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And just remember, you know, get out there, have a great ride, and hopefully we'll see you out on the trail. Take it easy, guys.
What's up, guys? Look up here. Look up here. Everybody go, woo! Boys in the hotel,